Hello and welcome to Logistic. It is May of 2024 and this is the progress report slash let's play slash tutorial. If you want to see what the game ends up looking like after you played it for a little while, then maybe skip to further down the video. If you're here for sort of a tutorial on how to get started, then maybe skip the end of the video. But without further ado, let's get into it. Up here we have the goal. The current goal is to produce 10 Ds. And if we look over here, it'll tell us what we need to do to produce a single D, which is combine an A, B, and a C. Conveniently, we already have those. So here we're going to grab a node that does not yet have a letter. And we're going to send it some A's, and we're going to send it some B's and some C's. It's now trying to produce D's, but we have to send its D's to an exit. Great. We've produced 10 D's, we've produced more than 10. So now we have another goal, a new goal, which is producing 100. So if we look at what's going on inside this D, if you can see that little red pulsing thing, that is sort of analogous to the node overheating. So what this tells me is that it's not getting enough A, B, and C, because it should be a red ring. That's how we know it's going to be producing at its maximum possible rate. So I'm going to add some more inputs and make sure that these lines remain green. There we go. They turn red if they're too close to one of these nodes or if they're too close to one another. So now I'm going to see if we can overload this guy. It should. Yeah, here we go. So the red circle is showing that it's getting a lot of input, as much as it can cope with. And it's producing D's at its maximum possible rate. The blue outline shows the sort of storage that it has. So it will keep a cache of any of its inputs up to a point. So that if it gets disconnected, then it will keep producing D's until it's run out of the necessary inputs. Okay. So now we have a new goal. We produced our 100 Ds. We need to produce 200 Es. And an E is, for this game, it varies every time, A, B, and D. Okay. So we don't need this to be going there anymore. I'm going to make this go to an E. And we need A's and B's. So I'm going to replicate this, try and overload it by hooking up 2 of each of the inputs. I'm actually going to move this, I think, to here. And I'll put the C's up here. By the way, you can right drag to move the play area around, and it is effectively infinite, as are the number of nodes that you're allowed. There's no sort of currency. You don't have to buy nodes with any in-game currency or anything like that. Did I get this wrong? Yes, I did. I'm trying to talk and play at the same time. These need to be B's. There we go. Okay, now it knows that it should be trying to produce E's. And it's going to get overloaded. It's going to take a while for it to produce this many. And also, I'm kind of surprised that it's managing to be overloaded. Maybe when this burns down it will become limited by the production of D's, which I assume is going to happen. By the way, you can drag to select, and then you can move whole groups of nodes around. So I'm going to assume that this is going to run out. This is going to be overloaded. Oh, sorry, it's not going to be overloaded. It's going to need more D's to get fully overloaded. So I am going to do this. I highlight a bunch of nodes and I'm going to hit 1, 2, 3 or 4 on the keyboard, and that will effectively copy this design into, I hit 1, so into this slot, and then I can just drag it out and I immediately have a whole bunch more D's going into that port E node. It's already maxed out, so that didn't actually help. So let's see what we can do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the second slot, move it up there, and then drag out another E like this. We did it. Okay, now we have to produce 500 Fs. Fs, A, B, and C. Okay, very simple. I'm going to start. I'm not going to leave this where it. I'm going to leave this where it is. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this output. I'm going to use this. This is a junction. It will take any number of inputs that you can send it and output them, but it also has a great deal more storage in it than any of the other nodes. And you can see, it's getting a lot of E's, but it's taking a while to fill up. I think it's like 1,000 storage, so that can just sit there in case we need E's later on in the game. And what I'm going to do to produce the F's is I'm going to take this D producer, I'm going to put my mouse over here and use the mouse wheel to select F's. Let's just check that, yes, we're getting F's. Because F's need, again, A, B, and C. So it's essentially the same, and then you just mouse wheel to change the letter that you want to produce. Now we need 500 of these, so I'm going to need a few more. More F's, please. I'm going to use one of these junction nodes just to sort of bring things together. The space is as large as we need it to be, but that doesn't mean that we should necessarily waste it. F. I think that's actually going to be enough to overload this node, because it can only output so fast. Let's see. Yeah, it's not quite enough. You see that blue bar here is just getting smaller. So that's fine. If I added another one of these, it would be too many. So that's coming out pretty fast. We'll have to wait until this is empty before we can tell if this is the genuine rate, but we're going to get to 500 pretty quickly either way. Yeah, okay, so this is how it looks when there's no storage left in here. So we'll just wait for it to get to 500. While we're doing that, if you hold Shift and use the mouse wheel on empty space, you can zoom out, which I think looks really nice, and also can help you navigate as the things start to get a little bit bigger. But it gives you a good sense, I think, of what the game can look like when everything gets when there's a lot of stuff happening. Okay, let's produce 1,000 Fs now. Oh boy. I mean, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to allocate this to slot 3. And this is going to be going to struggle a little bit to get this out. Oh no, it's perfect. Okay, beautiful. I'll move this down here. And there we go. Now we're producing Fs at double the rate that we were before. Let's move this. Let's see if I can get them all selected at the same time. There we go. move this over here, just to keep things looking nicer. Okay, G's. D, F, and A. Well, we've got plenty of F's. And we don't have a lot of D's being produced. Not like this, anyway. So, we don't need this to be connected there anymore. I'm just going to leave that where it is. And just, let's see. A, D, and F. So I can change these back to D's. And we need some F producers. So we're getting rather a lot. I think I'm going to go with 3. See how that works. And how am I going to do this? Yeah, this is tough because I can't bring this down to the bottom one without it crossing over this one, and that will definitely make it turn red. So I think I'm going to mix them together. And I think we already established that does not overload this node. Maybe. Let's do this. Have that one there. That's a lot of F's. Oh, this one's still full of F's. Okay, we're starting to get D's now, that's good. I'm going to put that one here. Actually, no, I'm not, because I'm going to waste them. Let's say A's. A. Let's at least let's get one going, and then we can reassess. So this guy is also mixing them, right? We've got D's coming in and F's coming out, and then we should have D's and F's, but we've only got F's. I'm guessing that's because we haven't managed to empty its cache yet. I'm kind of tempted to delete this node and start over. Oh dear. That I will analyze that. Well, probably now, but I don't need to do that in the video. So that gives you an idea, I think, of the sort of thing that you can expect from Logistic. I think I demonstrated all the features. So, yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, well done. And I'll give another update when there's more content to update on. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.